Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Audra tempts Kyle with an intriguing offer, and Sally clashes with Phyllis, Monday, May 26, 2025. Today on The Young and the Restless, Amanda shoots down Phyllis's big idea, Holden tries to coax information from Claire, and Sally worries about Phyllis's threats. As Audra drinks alone in the jazz lounge, Holden approaches and says it looks like she could use some company. She informs him that she's waiting for someone, so he should move along. He assumes she's waiting for Nate's new rival, Kyle. Annoyed, Audra tells him this is none of his business. Besides, it's not what he thinks. He starts speculating on what they could be discussing. She says this is boring. She wants to forget what happened between them in LA, but he keeps showing up and making it harder. Kyle reassures Claire, and Kyle walk into the athletic club, chatting about her learning something new from her grandmother daily. Some cocky new exec at the company was trying to mansplain a real estate deal to Nikki without realizing she set it up. Claire's famished and looks around for a seat, but Kyle explains that he needs to meet Audra briefly in the lounge to go over a proposition. She doesn't see why they need to delay their date for Audra. Kyle is sure this is a sign that Audra has taken the bait and won't be able to resist bragging about what she's up to. Then he can take that information and turn it against her. Kyle's sure this is the simplest way to neutralize Audra. Claire seems unconvinced and wonders if she should tag along and referee. Her boyfriend would love that, but is sure that Audra will be more candid if it's one-on-one. That's what has Claire worried. Kyle promises there is nothing to worry about and he'll be back before she knows it. Entering the lounge, Kyle spots Audra and Holden together. When he interrupts, Audra explains they both live at the club, so it's hard not to cross paths. Holden takes the hint and heads upstairs. Kyle assumes that Holden is still eager to revive his business history with Audra. She suggests he not read anything into that. Kyle admits he was surprised by her text, especially since she keeps warning him that she will blow him out of the water. "I just love to shake things up," Audra says. She explains there is already a lot of buzz about how Vibrante could be a real game changer for the industry. Kyle hasn't been hearing it. Audra explains that if they're smart, they can control the narrative by playing up the competition between their companies. "We make it the perfume war of the century," she suggests. "Everyone will want to check out the products in the battles for beauty. They can exploit their acrimonious past and be the new McDonald's versus Burger King, hiring influencers to argue about them." Kyle admits this is intriguing, but it benefits Vibrante, not Jabot. She's sure this could give his company a much-needed refresher. He's not buying it. To try to convince him, Audra uses an example from Miracle on 34th Street. That doesn't help talk him around. She reminds him of the Jabot sunscreen ad and his wardrobe malfunction. That was a great success, so she suggests they coordinate exposing themselves by leaking faked texts and such to reporters to cause a stir. Kyle agrees to think about it, but urges her not to pop the champagne. "I'm putting the bottle on ice," she assures. Holden questions. Claire at the club bar. Claire sighs and orders a Vesper. Passing by, Holden spots her and asks if he can join her. He's happy to see her drinking a Vesper. They order another one, and Holden wonders why Kyle is drinking with Audra while she's up here. He questions her boyfriend meeting with someone he is supposed to be in competition with. Claire says she has no idea. They keep their personal and professional lives separate. Holden asks if Kyle and Audra ever had a non-professional relationship. Claire wonders why he's so interested. He's vague. Sipping her drink, she suggests perhaps he's jealous of Kyle and Audra. Holden claims he's just a curious guy. When he asks what it's like to be the granddaughter of the great Victor. "Newman," she groans, but confesses that Victor adores his family and would take a bullet for any of them. She loves him dearly. Holden brings up Victor's long rivalry with the Abbotts and guesses he can't be happy about her dating Jack's son. Before Claire can respond, Kyle and Audra arrive and ask if everything is okay. Claire says everything is fine. Holden says he doesn't like to drink alone. Or, let a woman drink alone, Audra adds. After a few snipes between the men, Claire declares she's even hungrier than before their meal was interrupted. Audra apologizes for stealing Kyle. Claire snaps that she didn't. As Audra takes off, Holden chases her into the foyer. He asks her to clarify if she's actually planning to work with Kyle or set him up to fail. Back at the bar, Claire assures Kyle that she's fine. Holden just asks a lot of questions and thinks he knows the answers. He fills her in on the idea that Audra pitched to him. She doesn't think it's such a bad idea. Kyle agrees, but he has no desire to help his ex succeed. And he knows Audra doesn't want to help Jabot. Claire suggests this may have nothing to do with Jabot, and everything to do with him. Sally worries about Phyllis. Billy trails behind Sally as they jog into the park. As they stop for a breather, she says this was a nice distraction from Phyllis, but her guard is still way up with that woman. Billy threatens to take his shoes off and touch grass again so that they can calm down. Sally is concerned about Phyllis and her not-so-veiled threats. That woman is capable of anything, and her threats are the only thing that Sally takes seriously. Billy explains Phyllis throws threats around like other people say, "Thank you." Sally reminds Billy that things are even worse because Phyllis is in mama bear mode and out to protect Daniel. She had to deal with this once when Phyllis came after her because of Summer. Billy promises that Phyllis will have to come through him first. Although she appreciates his gallantry, Sally can handle that woman herself. He assures her their company will launch and they needn't worry about Phyllis. Sally tells him he's made her personally and professionally happy. She's glad she has a stake in what they are trying to accomplish. That's why she wants to focus on the good. If Phyllis pushes her, she will push back hard. Phyllis pitches. Amanda on Crimson Light's patio. Phyllis spots Amanda talking on the phone to Dumas and hangs back to eavesdrop. Amanda tells her boss that the Winters family are not backing away from their demands to speak to him. When she gets off the line, she turns and finds Phyllis smiling at her. It sounds like she's not the only one looking for an audience with the mysterious man. The lawyer doesn't appreciate her spying. Her friend says it was just serendipity and begs again for a chance to speak to Dumas, confident she can change his mind. Amanda will not risk her new and lucrative job for her. As they get a table, Phyllis asks why this Dumas guy is obsessed with hiding in the shadows. Her friend shoots back by asking why she's obsessed with going after him. Everything I'm doing now, I'm doing for my son, Phyllis insists. Daniel needs to find some peace and passion in his work again. Amanda feels for Daniel and knows that her friend needs something to focus on, too. But what is her agenda with Dumas? Phyllis admits she does have an agenda and it will blow her mind. She asks if Dumas is planning a corporate takeover of Chancellor. If he is, then she's all for it. She'd love to see Victor and Nikki fail after what they did to her and Billy. Amanda assumes that she wants Dumas to put her in charge of the company if he manages to wrangle it away from the Newmans. Phyllis feels this is achievable. Amanda thinks this sounds brazen and inspired, but she doesn't think she has a shot at changing her boss's mind. Phyllis suggests that she and Amanda do this together. They could run Chancellor and be dynamite. Do you know what happens to dynamite when it's lit? Amanda asks. Phyllis thinks they could blow more than mines. Amanda is happy with what she's doing and wants to remain stable. Phyllis tries to spin other ways they could blow, but this isn't convincing the lawyer, who has no desire to be the head of legal at Chancellor again. We would rock, Phyllis persists. Phyllis slouches in her chair as Billy and Sally walk in. Sally checks her phone as Phyllis snaps at Billy for all his wellness checks and accuses Spectra of knifing her in the back. Spreading her arms, Phyllis declares that Sally will find out that what she did to her was a huge mistake. Once she shouts that she is about to bounce back and show everyone what she can achieve, Sally snipes that it sounds like it was a good thing Billy let her go when he did. Phyllis warns Sally not to get cocky. She hasn't earned anything other than an extravagant gift from her latest conquest. "Is that the price a roll in the hay is going for with you these days?" Phyllis asks. Sally fumes. Phyllis reminds her of the price that Adam and Nick paid. Sally declares that Phyllis being single as long as she has clearly left her with a lot of steam to blow off. Billy tries to calm everyone, and Phyllis keeps warning that what she has planned will blow everyone out of the water. After she swans out, Billy asks Amanda if anything is actually going on. "I guess we'll have to wait and see, won't we?" Never in short supply. But the coming days promise a double dose of drama as two of the town's most volatile dynamics explode. Audra makes a pitch to Kyle that could realign loyalties and ambitions, while Sally finds herself toe-to-toe once again with her fiercest red-headed rival Phyllis. As the temperature rises, motives become murkier, secrets start to unravel, and allegiances are tested in unexpected ways. So buckle up, because these storylines are about to ignite. A dangerous proposition, Kyle Abbott has been on shaky ground for months, emotionally and professionally. His marriage is on the rocks, his confidence in flux, and his place in the Abbott empire increasingly uncertain. Which is why, when Audra Charles slides into his orbit with a smile and an offer, he doesn't immediately slam the door. Audra, ever calculating and poised, finds Kyle at society nursing a drink and a bruised ego. She wastes no time cutting through pleasantries. "You're wasted at Marchetti," she says. "You have a sharp mind, a killer instinct, and you're being treated like an errand boy. How long are you going to let the family leash keep you chained?" Kyle laughs it off at first, but he listens. Audra leans in. "I have an opportunity. Not tomorrow. Not 6 months from now. Right now. You help me secure a business pivot I'm working on behind the scenes, and in return, I'll make you my second in command. Full autonomy, real influence. No family politics." Kyle asks for specifics, but Audra plays coy. "Let's just say it involves a certain legacy brand that's ripe for reinvention, and I have the means to make it happen. With the right partner." He doesn't say yes, but he doesn't say no either. Kyle's crisis of identity. This isn't just about a new job. For Kyle, it's about reclaiming power and purpose. Since the split from Summer, his world has unraveled. He's unsure where he fits at Jabot, caught between Jack's guiding hand and Billy's unpredictability. He's resentful, restless, and perhaps most dangerous of all, curious. Audra sees the potential and the vulnerability. She frames her offer not as a betrayal of the Abbotts, but as liberation. Think of it as writing your own story, not reading someone else's. But Kyle knows better. With Audra, there's always more beneath the surface. Sally and Phyllis. Round. Infinity. Meanwhile, at the Crimson Lights coffee house, sparks fly when Sally Spectra and Phyllis Summers cross paths. Again. It starts civil enough. Sally is there to meet with Chloe about design revisions. Phyllis is picking up a to-go order. But one overheard comment later. Something about people who crash and burn professionally but still manage to scheme their way into relevance. And all bets are off. Sally rises to the bait, accusing Phyllis of being stuck in the past. "You're so busy trying to control everyone else's lives that you forgot to live your own," she snaps. Phyllis doesn't flinch. "You're one to talk. You ping-pong between careers, men, and sob stories. What's the next reinvention? Sally? Tech mogul? Or are we back to grifting couture queen?" Chloe intervenes before it escalates further, but the tension is electric. It's clear. This feud is far from over. The ripple effects Chloe later warns Sally to stay focused. "You can't let Phyllis get in your head. Every time she pushes your buttons, you push back, and it costs you." Sally admits that Phyllis brings out the worst in her, but insists, "She's not going to take anything from me this time. Not my job, not my confidence, not my future. But the past looms large. Both women have complicated histories, unresolved emotions, and a tendency to self-sabotage when threatened. A shared history, a present danger adding fuel to the fire, is the tangled web between Sally, Phyllis, and Nick. Though Sally has distanced herself from the Newman brothers, the wounds haven't fully healed. Phyllis, for her part, continues to blame Sally for hurting her children and sees every interaction as a chance to remind her she'll never be fully accepted in their world. But Sally's evolving. She's building a brand again, reclaiming her power. And this time, she's not backing down. Audra and Kyle. A ticking clock back on Audra's side of town, the offer grows more enticing. She texts Kyle a location, a private suite at the Grand Phoenix, and tells him to meet her if he wants to see what's really on the table. He goes. There, Audra reveals that she's quietly positioning herself to take control of a boutique, fashion tech hybrid startup, one with a struggling legacy but major brand potential. It's a merger she's orchestrating off the books, and with Kyle's operational and design savvy, they could transform it. "What do you want?" she asks, him, eyes locked. "A corner office that Jack gives you out of pity? Or a company that you helped build from the ground up?" Kyle hesitates. He wants both, the comfort of legacy and the thrill of risk. But he knows Audra is right about one thing. He's stuck. And staying stuck means slowly fading into irrelevance. He agrees to think about it. Jabot in jeopardy? Word starts to travel. Summer overhears a conversation between Kyle and Audra and immediately suspects foul play. She confronts him, accusing him of selling out the family. Kyle fires back, "What family? The one that never listens to me unless I'm parroting Jack's decisions? You left, Summer. You made your choice." But the hurt is visible on both sides. Summer warns him. "Audra will use you, Kyle, just like she used Tucker. Just like she's trying to use Newman Media. You think you're playing her, but she's 10 steps ahead." He says nothing. But the seed of doubt is planted. A brewing storm. Meanwhile, Phyllis continues to dig. She knows Audra is plotting something, and she's determined to uncover it, not for Jabot, not even for Kyle, but for the thrill of being right. She enlists Tucker for intel, offering a truce of convenience. "You want chaos, I want answers. Let's dance." Tucker agrees, amused. And just like that, a new alliance forms. The final blow. Or the first. By week's end, all paths converge at a launch party for a new Marchetti initiative, an event that promises glamour, fashion, and PR redemption. But beneath the glitz lies an emotional minefield. Kyle walks in on Audra's arm, sending shockwaves through the Abbott circle. Sally and Phyllis have a showdown over access to media coverage. Summer spots Nick watching Sally a little too closely, reopening old wounds. Jack confronts Audra about her intentions and is stunned by how much she already knows about Jabot's internal structure. Then, during a speech, Kyle steps up to the mic, unplanned. With all eyes on him, he delivers a cryptic but cutting monologue about legacy, ambition, and breaking free of expectations. It's not just a speech, it's a declaration of independence. And when the lights dim and applause falters, it's clear. Genoa City has just changed. The fallout. The days that follow will be full of accusations, denials, and stunned silences. Did Kyle betray his family, or finally put himself first? Is Audra truly interested in building something, or tearing everything down? Will Sally finally rise above Phyllis, or get pulled back into the mud? One thing is certain. The battle lines are being redrawn, and no one is safe from the crossfire. In Dubai, Genoa City, power always comes with a price, and some are more than willing to pay it.